Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's do a 30-minute vacation Instagram baddie tutorial. I don't love the way that I was just talking that in there, but I think I'm gonna be a little bit lazy and just film all the way through and not really edit this video per se. It's been a long time since I posted on YouTube. I will be honest, I have been posting a lot on YouTube Shorts, but I've also still been posting content on TikTok and my beauty Instagram page. I just think the love of like long form videos on YouTube has been a little lost on me. I love watching other people's content, but making it myself, I think the drive and the passion has been a little bit gone. So what better way to come back than to do some makeup, because makeup has literally just been like my top most favorite, I don't know if niche is the right word, but my favorite thing to do at the moment. Oh, here we go. I was like, I have really cute hair clips. I just don't know where they are. Where are my other hair clips? Anyways, all of the makeup that I have currently is in this bag, and I kind of also want to do some life updates. Okay, wait, here are the other clips that I have. I got these clips from one of my best friends, Elise. They are getting married, and in the bridesmaid gift box, they gave these really cute hair clips. So I've been using them every single time I do my makeup, and I have my mirror on this side of the screen. So if you follow my Instagram or my other pages, you know that I've been on vacation recently, and I was literally obsessed with the vacation makeup that I did. So I had to show you guys. And some life updates, I actually am moving. So this is gonna be the last tutorial in this window, this desk space, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm actually gonna start off by priming my skin with the Lumi Glotion. I went ahead and just put it on my cheeks. For skin prep, I just did my usual skincare routine. And then I also put sunscreen on, so make sure you put sunscreen on. I don't plan on being outside at all, so I don't have any sunscreen on. And I just have this Real Techniques skin tint brush. Ever since I bought it, I have been loving it, because I am a person who likes to rub in my skin tint with my hands, but also going back and forth from doing your makeup and washing your hands when you are at a vanity versus doing your makeup in the bathroom is a huge pain in the butt. So yeah, it's just the Real Techniques skin tint brush. And then don't forget your ears or your chin when you're blending. So this is what I use as my base. I also make sure I put it on my eyelids just to really get some even coverage. And then, as always, my favorite skin product is the Fenty Beauty Skin Tint. So basically I just put it all over my cheeks, my forehead, and my chin. I will say the key thing with vacation makeup is a tan. And thankfully, I was feeling, oh, I almost got that in my eye. Was feeling quite tan on this trip. I even got like slightly burnt, but for me, when I get slightly burnt, oh my gosh, that's like really almost in my eye. That's crazy. When I get almost burnt, it kind of lasts for like maybe a day and a half. It's nothing ever really too crazy, but I did have a bit of that skin-kissed kind of look when I was on vacation. So my vacation, backing track, was a cruise. It was the first time I'd ever gone on a cruise, and it was a pretty big family trip. It was with like some of my aunts and uncles. My mom didn't go on the trip, which I was kind of sad about. I wish she went, but it was honestly so much fun. And so I really was able to like go outside on the cruise ship and get pretty tan. And I had like a perfect little sun-kissed like sunburn right here on my nose, which is also where I love to put blush. So in my opinion, I thought it looked really cute. And then going in with my concealer, it is the Fenty Beauty concealer as well. I always put it under my eyes, a little dot on my chin, and a little dot on my forehead. I am honestly a really big fan of using the Morphe brushes, and I have the Flat Dome concealer brush, but genuinely, if you don't have this tool, I don't know what to tell you other than to go buy it, because it's my tried and true. And so I've been really enjoying blending out my concealers with the sponge side of this Tri-Puff. So I went ahead and blended my chin and my forehead first, and I just love this sponge because it's so precise. And honestly, with the vacation like sunburn right here, this concealer, like having it really concentrated under your eyes, is really cute in my opinion. And so I just like using the sponge side. First, I like to pack it where I like to have the product. So I also go a little bit in on my nose, kind of like a little bit of a contour. And then I also don't really mind putting it in my inner corner and a little bit on my eyelid, just for a little bit of consistency. And then I just like to blend it under my eyelid and then up a little bit kind of towards my temples. I feel like my mirror is making a lot of noise, so I'm so sorry if that bothers you. But, and there we go. It's just so nice and beautifully blended. So I just do all of that, and that is all of the cream products that you need. So then I love the Morphe translucent powder, but I also love the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder. This is something brand new I just bought actually on my birthday. I think it's a really nice powder, but the packaging of it is a little bit trickier for me. Anyways, going in with the Tri-Puff on the other side, I go ahead, dip it, and then I smooth it out on the back of my hand just to make sure it's really smooth going on my skin. And then I just blend it, or not blend it, like pat it and smooth it right where I just put all of the concealer. And you can just see the difference. It's so smooth and skin-like. It's so pretty. Okay. Smooth it out on the back of my hand again. And then we're just gonna pat it into the concealer. And this is just how I do it. And honestly, I feel like I'm pretty grateful. My skin texture is pretty smooth right now. I was breaking out a little bit from my trip, but we're good now. And then I just take some excess, I dab even just a little bit more, and I'm setting the rest of my face. So not only where I put the concealer, but also on the perimeter of my face. So, boom, there we go. There is the cream base, and then we just set it with powders. So then, actually on, I don't think I did this on my first night, but basically every night after that, I just kind of went easy mode and wore, well, depends on what your interpretation of easy is, but I wore fake lashes because I really could not be bothered with taking the time to put mascara on, which is kind of crazy because if you are not good at doing lashes, it feels like it takes forever, which is a true statement. So then I just took this other brush and I kind of just smoothed out all of the powder on my face. So, oh, did I drop one? What the heck? Oh, it's stuck on the packaging. The lashes that I'm putting on, these are the actual lashes I wore on the cruise ship, and because I had worn them once before, I already cut and trimmed them to my eye shape. So these are Kiss lashes. Oh, I don't have the box anymore. I cannot unfortunately tell you what style this is. I have these other Ardell lashes that kind of seem a little bit similar, and these are the Ardell 421s. I think one time I had to go on a scavenger hunt to buy them for my cousin Tina, and so I think subconsciously I bought the same ones too. But with doing fake lashes, of course, make sure that you curl your lashes just a little bit and do a little bit of mascara. I do think each day of the cruise I got lazier and lazier each night with actually putting mascara on. but I'm gonna make sure I put them on. I put a little bit on today. And so my favorite mascara is the Essence Lash Princess, and I always have to make sure I get waterproof because my lashes are super stick straight. I'm literally just gonna do one coat of mascara just so the fake lashes blend a little bit better. But essentially the cruise that I went on, it was a 7-day cruise with Carnival, and it was on the Jubilee ship, which, don't get me wrong, it was so cool. I was honestly really nervous about getting seasick because I get pretty motion sick, which I get from my mom, so shout out to my mom. But also shout out to my mom because she really made sure that I had Dramamine. There were definitely moments where I definitely felt the boat moving a lot, but thankfully I wasn't really feeling sick from that because I made sure to take Dramamine the day before, and I had regular Dramamine, so I took that at night to make sure like I slept really well. And then I also had the less drowsy, which I took probably around lunchtime. So I always had it in my system, and thankfully I didn't really get sick like after getting off of the cruise ship. I had an aunt who wasn't feeling super well after getting off the cruise ship because there's something that it's called, I don't know exactly what it is, it's not off the top of my head, but essentially it's just like where you feel really sick because you're not used to the motion or the lack of motion on land in comparison to being on the cruise ship. And honestly, this boat was huge. Like, this boat held, well, and I don't even know how many passengers this number is for. I just spilled some glue on my hand. But it had like over 6,000 passengers. Like, that's not even the amount of workers that were on this cruise ship, which is so wild to me. So wild. Okay, so I am using the Duo Clear Lash Glue. I'm putting glue on the actual lash band, and for me, I use tweezers for my lashes, and then I just put a little dot with the brush on my inner corner and then a dot on the outer corner because the inner corner is a little bit tough to stick sometimes. Let's see how many tries it takes for me to put these lashes on. I really don't think, I would say I'm like intermediate at putting lashes on. Sometimes it takes me 1 time, sometimes it takes me 2 times. I'm hoping this will only take 1 time. And the key also with lashes is to make sure it dries long enough so it gets tacky, but it doesn't slip around. I don't know if that makes any sense, but for lashes, I always place it in the center first, push it in with the tweezers, and then I do the outer corner and push it in, and then I do the inner corner last in hopes that it sticks. Because if you mess around with the inner corner too long, then I think that's when it decides not to stick anymore. Okay. Whoa, that was amazing. I literally could not have asked for that to go any better, especially on camera. Are you kidding me? But I love a fake lash. Love a fake lash. I was really out of the swing of putting fake lashes on because I did the like DIY home like lash extensions for a little bit, which, don't get me wrong, I loved, but I also love rubbing my eyes just as much. So let's get the other eye on. I definitely think for me, I was team like black lash glue for some time, but if you messed up and you touched anywhere on your eye, it showed up, and I got kind of sick of that. So I switched to the Duo Clear Lash Glue, which is honestly so great. My mom uses this glue, and I really don't know why I was so against using it as well. So I just take the tip of this, and then I put a little dot on the inner corner, and then a dot on the outer corner, just to make sure the lash has somewhere to really stick. And then also I think I have the advantage with these because I've worn them a couple times, so they're kind of curved to my lash shape. So I know if you like wiggle it around, loosen it up, that also helps the process a lot. Okay, where was I? So with the cruise, it was honestly so fun. I think 7 days was a little bit too long, but also, so the route that we took was we left Galveston, and then we had 1 day at sea, and then we had 3 port days in a row. And don't get me wrong, all of the ports were so beautiful, but I think just 3 days in a row is just a lot of things to like wake up, get off the boat. We had a pretty decent sized group. We had 15 people. And then of course, when you are on a cruise, you're traveling somewhere you don't necessarily have phone service. And we like didn't really have like walkie-talkies or anything. So communication was a little bit difficult, I will say. There was an app with the cruise ship and you had to pay $5 so that you could like text anybody. Like we had a big family group chat, but then again, that wasn't always reliable because you had to be on the cruise ship's Wi-Fi. So then like leaving the cruise ship obviously like affects all of that, but don't get me wrong, all of the stops were so beautiful. Oh, my eye is watering. Oh no. So the first stop that we had was in Cozumel, which, oh my gosh, the beach, phenomenal. My eye is still watering. Do I have a Q-tip? That's the question. I don't know if I have, oh, I do. Oh, maybe I don't. My eye, it's watering. No, I don't want to have to go get a tissue. Okay, anyways, our first stop was in Cozumel, which literally was the most beautiful beach. Like, it was so insanely beautiful. I loved it. The water was like so clear, crystal blue. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with my eye because these lashes look really good. Anyways, the water was so crystal clear blue. It was so beautiful. I will say the sand was like, it was sand, but it was pretty rocky. And when I say rocky, I literally mean rocks. Like there were a lot of rocks there. But it was so freaking beautiful. The waves were a little bit intense, but I love like waves. Like when you're on a beach, it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's just soothing and it kind of gives you something to do. Like you're like, I don't know. It's like I don't know if fidget's the right word. I don't think that's the right word actually at all. But I love the beach. I love the beach. Anyways, so first stop was in Cozumel. This is the wrong brush, but if I were to use like a cream bronzer or contour, this is the brush that I use. Since I already set my face with powders, we're just gonna go in with powders basically. So this is the ever so famous Benefit Hoola bronzer. This is another Real Techniques brush, and we're just gonna focus the bronzer on like the outer perimeter of my face. So I just go from this outer temple down and then onto my cheeks, just like this. And honestly, if you add the sunburn, like you really don't need that much bronzer, but I'm no longer burnt, so I don't really have that sun-kissed look anymore. So we're really gonna make sure that we blend in the bronzer. I can definitely tell I'm being a little bit heavy-handed, but it's fine. You want to look nice and bronzy for your vacation pictures. And trust that I did. Shout out to my cousin Kylan. She has such a nice little camera. I think I'm gonna save up money so I can get one for myself too as well. But, ooh, see, that's like a little splotchy over here, but it's fine. Just blend and trust the process. But what was I even saying? Okay, yeah. So when we were in Cozumel, and then the next day we were in Costa Maya. So we had 2 stops in Mexico, and genuinely it was also so beautiful. But it was a little bit, I mean, I didn't do any research, but it was a little bit more complicated to get to the beaches than I thought it was gonna be. Like when my aunt who like we had gone with, they had gone on a different cruise last summer, and they were talking about the ports that they were at. You could literally walk to the beach. But with these stops, when you get off of the cruise ship, it's a lot of like little shopping centers, which don't get me wrong, like I love getting a little souvenir. I got a souvenir on each stop because I really enjoy getting magnets, and specifically magnets that say the name of the place that we had been to. So I got a magnet that said Cozumel, I got one that said Costa Maya, and then I got one at our third stop. Whoa, my nose. Anyways, I'm like running out of breath. I'm really yapping. Anyways, I like to also put a bit of bronzer on the sides of my nose, because you basically put the concealer like right up to here, and then you're gonna bronze this up into your eyebrows. And that's it for bronzer. A little bit over the top, but also my viewfinder looks a little bit different than here. Oh my gosh, I'm like so out of the loop doing YouTube stuff. It's so crazy. But so then we stopped in Costa Maya, and like I was saying, like we had to get off and it was just a direct shopping center, and then we had to taxi to the beach, and obviously it costs more to taxi and all of those kind of things like that. So it was just unexpected, but then again, it's my first cruise, so I went not really knowing anything, just what I had heard from other people, and I didn't do any research myself either, so I'm also a little bit at fault for that. But next I'm going in with the Say Cream Bronzer in Baby, or it's the Dew Blush Bronzer. I know I said I was done with cream products, but I totally forgot that I used this blush on vacation as well. And of course, no shocker, this is the Morphe M204 Cream and Liquid Blush Brush. I literally love this brush so much, and it's just like a really nice baby doll pink. So I just blend that all on my cheeks, and then I am one who loves to put blush on my nose, so literally getting the sun-kissed spot like right here on my nose was just so perfect. Okay, we're almost 23 minutes in, and there's really not that many steps left. So I was going through makeup and found some old blushes as well, but I really layered on the blush. So I also have the Mini Shelly blush, and just literally going in with that same brush, I just put it all on the apples of my cheeks, because it's just that same exact pink, like light blushy pink, baby pink, I'm saying pink too much, kind of shade. And then again, focusing a little bit more on my nose. Then, final touch, because I was going through some old makeup, I found this really pretty Lancome blush. Okay, my camera does a weird thing where it splits the files once I hit a certain amount of time. So anyways, where I was saying is I found this really pretty Lancome blush, and you can see it's pretty iridescent. So when I put this blush on, I also kind of used it as a highlight. So then this is the final blush like powder that I used for this blush combination, and I'm just literally using the same brush for everything. And then on the bridge of my nose too. So here we are with all of the products, and the last step to do is lips. So this has literally been my favorite lip combo. I have the NYX lingerie, the NYX lingerie lip stain. This is in the shade Up All Night. And then I also have, oh, where is it? The Ulta Beauty lip stain. It doesn't say a color on it, but this is what the bottle looks like. I actually got it in like a mini free bag of stuff one time from buying other things. So I use the NYX lingerie Up All Night, and I'll just use this to line my lips. This was honestly a little bit of a learning curve, learning how to do this. But once you know how to use it, it's so pretty. I'm obsessed with this color. So, use this as a lip liner, and then I use this to fill in the rest of my lip. Oh, and I want to make sure I don't forget to say this on the video. So, Cozumel, Costa Maya, and then our third stop was in Honduras, and it was the island of Roatan. I think on the itinerary it said Isla Tropical, but we actually ended up doing a snorkeling excursion, and when I tell you it was so cool, it was so cool. Like, we saw starfish. Like right off the coast of Roatan is the second largest coral reef, and that just blows my mind that I was snorkeling there. There was honestly a really big learning curve to figure out how to snorkel the right way, but literally wouldn't change it for the world, that experience. Oh no, I kind of like overlined. Okay. I'm just going back and relining my lip. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this lip stain, and then we'll do a gloss. So we did snorkeling. I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna post some of those pictures on my Instagram. So if you would like, follow my Instagram to see all of those pictures. And this is essentially the vacation makeup. I think honestly though, vacation makeup like hits the most when you are fresh from like tanning or a pool day or a beach day, because you just have that like sun-kissed natural glow to you. But honestly, this glam works for anything and everything in my opinion. So last but not least, oh, I have a bit of lash on here. To set all of my makeup, I have the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray. And when I say it's hairspray for your face, it's hairspray for your face. Okay, I literally hold my breath, as you probably just noticed. But yeah, it was so cool to snorkel. I definitely think I would do it again because I've already done it once to really get used to how to do it per se. But it was such a fun vacation. I think 7 days can be a good duration of it, but I think 3 port days in a row was pretty intense. And then we had 2 days at sea, like coming back. And I think I was feeling a little bit stir crazy on the second day. I mean, I was relaxing, I was reading. Oh my gosh, I read 2 books. I read The Paradise Problem, and then I started Sunrise on the Reaping. I'm halfway through Sunrise on the Reaping. I'm nervous, but so excited to keep going through. I'm realizing I didn't put a lip gloss on. Hold on. But it was such a great vacation. It was so needed. And then essentially coming back to real life, I've just been packing, preparing to move, and all that stuff. I've been thinking about doing this video, and I'm honestly so glad I did it. My last video doing this vacation makeup. Don't get me wrong, I will come back to YouTube and do a lot more. Maybe I'll be more makeup focused. I'm not really sure. I'm just blabbing to you guys at this point. But I was actually able to get my hands on the Rhode slash Bieber collection. Well, Rhode slash Skylark collection, and I got the Rhode Caramelized Banana Lip Treatment. And I keep this in my makeup bag because if I put this in my purse, I will literally use it all in days. So this is honestly how I've been gatekeeping this product to myself, because they don't sell it in stores, and I have no idea if they would ever do it again. But the flavor is caramelized banana, and it's caramelized banana, that's for sure. So I think probably at this point I'm almost at 30 minutes, but here is the final vacation makeup look. Thank you so much for watching this video. I miss YouTube. I'll definitely be coming back. Follow my other social media platforms if you would like to be updated on just like other makeup content. I would say makeup content is the thing I've been the most invested in, but I'm gonna get back to real life. I definitely want to make some real change. After I move, I'm gonna be going home, so I'm gonna save a lot of money and I'll be closer to my friends, which I think is just gonna be a lot better for my mental health. So yeah, stay tuned for more content coming your way. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you do vacation makeup like this, please tag me somehow or show me somehow. And yeah, love you so much. You'll see some more content from me soon. Mwah. I was gonna edit that, but we'll see.